Hello well-wishers and welcome to my channel Aspiring Minds. In today's video we are going to deal with a poem called Ulysses written by Alfred Lord Tennyson. So grab your virtual seats and let's begin this poetic journey. Alfred Lord Tennyson, he is the most celebrated English poets of the Victorian era. Now, why do I keep saying Victorian era? Because this was the time when Queen Victoria was ruling over England. At this time, Tennyson served as the Poet Laureate of the United Kingdoms for over 40 years. He is known for very famous poetic forms of poetry that he would write, and he often explored the themes that were related to the human condition, nature and society. Now, to understand the poem better, you definitely need to know what is the background to the poem. Now, Ulysses, written by Alfred Lord Tennyson, reflects on the life and the adventures of a legendary Greek hero. His name was Odysseus, and in Roman mythology he was known as Ulysses. That is how the poem is getting its title. Now, after his return to Ithaca from the Trojan War is the time when the poem is written. Now, in this poem, Ulysses is portrayed as an old king who is wanting to gain new experiences. He is feeling very disconnected with the idle life that he is currently leading. So the poem, written in the early 19th century, is situated at a time when Britain was undergoing significant social and industrial changes because the Industrial Revolution was happening. So the poem tries to resonate about the spirit for exploration and the ambition that was there in people at that time. Along with the background to the poem, if you understand the central message or the main idea of the poem, you will find it better to continue with the rest of the video. Now, the central message is the eternal desire among all human beings for adventure and exploration, and at the same time how we all seek knowledge and experience. Ulysses expresses his sense of restlessness, dissatisfaction with a very quiet, peaceful, settled life. Imagine in today's world we are wanting a peaceful life, and there is a person like Ulysses who's got almost tired and dissatisfied with a very monotonous same life, okay? And he embodies the idea that life is meant to be lived to the fullest with a great spirit for adventure and refusal to settle for anything that is passive in nature. That is, you must be active at all times, full of energy, even though you are in the old age of your life. Now, the poem is divided actually into 3 stanzas, but for our convenience in understanding the poem, I have further broken them down into more parts. You can understand it from the image that is there on your screen. Now, the poem begins by reflecting on the current situation of Ulysses as an idle king in Ithaca. He is very dissatisfied with a very sedentary, inactive life which he believes profits him or gives him very little gains in return. He is surrounded by a barren landscape, an aged wife called Penelope. Ulysses is responsible for governing people whom he views as being savage, and they are not carrying out the orders and laws as they should. He feels very disconnected from his subjects or his followers who lead a simple and uneventful existence, because Ulysses is feeling idle also because perhaps his subjects are also boring. They have also adjusted to a very usual, uneventful kind of a life, and Ulysses is not at all happy. He is not getting any content, any matter to lead his life. There's spice element which is missing in his life. Now, Ulysses' restlessness and longing for adventure are evident as he expresses his yearning for travel and the experiences he has had, both good and bad. That he says that when you travel, it's not that everything is going to go normal, but still he is ready to take up that challenge, that adventure, that no matter what life has in store, he just wants to go out and explore. Now, as Ulysses is ready to go for travel and he is ready to accept the challenges that may come his way, he mentions his name and reputation which have been built through his travels and battles, including the famous Trojan War. Ulysses believes that he is a part of everything that he has encountered and experienced. That is, he takes full claim for responsibility for all the actions done by him so far, but he is still drawn to the unexplored world that lies beyond the horizon, because when he was fighting battles, remember, he had a very limited scope. His boundaries were limited. There were set limits imposed on him, because he cannot, of course, be traveling out and indulging in leisure when he is fighting a battle. So he's saying that there are vast spaces of land which are still unexplored, and he wants to go and explore that. He finds the idea of settling down and resting as dull and lifeless. This further emphasizes the importance of continuous exploration and pursuit of knowledge and experience. That is, despite his old age, he is ready to travel far and wander wide. He is not finding it as a limitation, and he wants to gain more experiences. Whatever experiences he has gained so far seem not to be enough to him, because he still feels there is still a lot that is left for him to explore. In stanza 2, we see Ulysses introducing his son to us. He says, "This is my own son Telemachus," and he plans to leave Telemachus in charge of Ithaca. He believes that Telemachus is a well-suited person for the task of governing, and hopes that he will use his own wisdom and patience to manage the people of Ithaca and make them more obedient to the orders, and this will lead to progress of the kingdom of Ithaca. Ulysses praises Telemachus as being a responsible and a dutiful young man who will continue the legacy and the respect of the household, that is the family of Ulysses. He acknowledges that both he and his son have their own distinct roles to play in life, with Telemachus, who can focus on the responsibilities of ruling the kingdom of Ithaca, while Ulysses can go on his quest for adventure and he can explore. Again, for our convenience of understanding, I have divided the stanza 3 into two parts. Now, in the final stanza, Ulysses directs his attention to the sea, where his ship is ready to set sail. He addresses his mariners, describing them as individuals who have shared in his adventures and challenges. Now, obviously, when you go to travel, some people like to go for solo adventures, but Ulysses, it seems from this, what is written in the poem, he likes to travel in the company of his close friends, and he is selecting people with whom he has also traveled in the past. Now, Ulysses commends their free spirits. He praises the free spirit, the courage, the readiness to face both the good and bad aspects of life of these mariners as well, because when you are traveling, it is very important to travel with like-minded people. Otherwise, what happens is that if there might be two types of travelers, one type who go to a destination and they just want to take a good room and they want to rest, and there are other types of travelers who do not care about what kind of a place they are staying in, but they want to explore and see more about that place. So if your other co-traveler does not fall into the category into which you belong, there rises a conflict, and then what is the point of traveling? So he acknowledges that they have grown old together and that death eventually awaits all these mariners. However, Ulysses remains hopeful that they can achieve one more noble deed before their lives come to an end, and therefore he really wants to travel with these friends of his. He encourages his friends to start this new journey so that they can sail westward beyond the known world and explore the unexplored territory. Ulysses now thinks of a possibility of reaching the mythical Happy Isles, that is the Happy Islands, and there he will reunite with great heroes of the past such as Achilles. Now remember, Achilles was a legendary Greek hero known for being someone with whom no one could fight in the battle, in the sense that whenever Achilles got down to fighting a battle, he would always win. Finally, he concludes by emphasizing the spirit that is there in their hearts. That is, he calls their hearts as being heroic hearts, and they've got a unbreakable kind of spirit, which despite being weakened by time and fate, because remember they are still in their old age, so even if their wills are strong, somewhere or the other it is growing weak. He acknowledges that, but still he says that even though bodily they are turning weak, they are still resolute, strong in their determination to do what? To strive, seek and explore without ever surrendering to the passage of time. That is the ultimate message of the poem, that no matter what your age, your ultimate goal in life should be to strive, that is to continue the pursuit of new experiences and knowledge. You should not think that okay, I have turned 50 or I have turned 60, let me now move towards retirement and have a restful life. Look at Ulysses, even in his old age, his quest for adventure never ends. The poem, of course, explores the longing in all human beings for adventure, to explore and gain more knowledge and experience even in old age. No matter what the age, you want to go and explore, you want to travel. That is why travel and tourism is getting so much famous in today's times. Next, through Ulysses, the poet wants to show the restlessness and dissatisfaction that can come from an uneventful and boring life. Ulysses finds the idea of idleness and stagnation very unsatisfying, unfulfilling, and that is how he wants to go on this journey, on this adventure, and we see that happening towards stanza 3. Thirdly, the poem also deals with legacy and succession. The poem deals with the passing of responsibility and legacy from one generation to the next. In this poem, Ulysses prepares to leave his kingdom in the hands of his son Telemachus. And fourthly, the poem of course deals with resilience of human spirit, that is, you need to be strong, you cannot unwaver. Even though there might be new challenges, new experiences in life, you should be ready for change, because change is ultimately the only reality of human existence. So that's it from this video. I hope you liked it. Do hit the like button, subscribe to my channel for more such future updates. Thank you for watching. Bye.